Dear Toastmasters and guests, I am Toastmaster Deepak Joseph, shall be the Sergeant at Arms for the meeting today. The mission of Toastmasters Club is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which the members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. As a protocol of Toastmasters International, you are requested to keep away from 3 taboo topics, that is sex, religion and politics during the meeting. Further, I request every one of you to switch off your mobile phones or to put them into silent mode to avoid distraction. Also, you are requested to be seated comfortably until you are called. With this note, now I call upon our President Toastmaster Rajesh Palikare from the dais for the opening address.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening. I believe everybody is excited. Yes. Today is the election. So, our election chair is very eager and waiting for me to hand over the dais for him. Before that, our district officers are selected, and I sent the WhatsApp message who are our DTA, district director. That is Nagabhushan Balaji is our district director. And DTM Nelson Managers is our club growth director. And DTM Robin Anand, program quality director. And Jyotika Shetty, administration manager. DP Anand is finance manager. Preeti Bhagavat, public relation manager. Tariq Khalid, logistics manager, and Malayalee webmaster. These are our district 105 officers. Anyway, I don't know whether we are going to meet them or not. At least we should know their names. And I am happy at least so much people are there today, even if it is Ramadan. With that note, I call the meeting to order, meeting number 180. Now let me call upon our, before calling the Toastmaster of the evening, I have to call the election chair. Let me call upon the election chair, Toastmaster. Give a big round.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, election for the it's a process which we properly follow. Count doesn't matter. This current academic year is going to be completing by this month. And the next academic year, 4 Mussafah Toastmasters Club, starting from June 18 to May 19. We started the process. Few members came voluntarily. Okay, I'm ready to take up that role. And after declaring, we got some nominations. Except for one position, all other positions, luckily we have only one candidate. So we all know, if all the members do agree, they are going to be the official office bearers for the next academic year. As a process, this is what I understand. We need to declare the election. Enthusiastic members need to nominate. If there are multiple, they need to, on the election day, each and every one, it's like a school parliament election or a college parliament election if you have done earlier. To come, 2 minutes you will get. You can come onto the podium and you can tell us what we are going to do for you. being in that position. Then the members, again, that is about 3 nomination. On the day itself, if someone is very interested in, okay, I want to contest, again you can raise your hand and tell, okay, I want to contest. You will also be involved. Today also there is a possibility. Any positions, if someone want to directly, what people want to go, right? Nominate. Anyway, then 2 minutes we can speak, and finally someone from the audience need to, okay, tell, okay, I am going to stand for this candidate. And of course there will be the voting if there are multiple. And we are again today the process is very shortened because we do have only one position, one person per position. Let me call upon without spending much time. The first and foremost position in the executive. Yeah. See, when I say the very first and foremost position, see, already the president understood what should be that position. It is none other than Satyanarayana. We had one nomination initially, Arun Manikandan, and this is the first time I am getting a formal written request from a candidate, okay, I want to be in that position. That's none other than Shanavas P.A. Okay.
I second it.
Yeah. Please, yeah. Come on. Okay. Shanavas, you have anything in particular to tell us? Why you are interested in this position and what you want to do?
Mainly I was interested in this position because this is a position where there is an opportunity to speak in each meeting.
Yeah.
That is the main point which was for interest for me. So I will get some exposure and I can practice more. Secondly, I think since I joined from December last year, I was able to come regularly for all the meetings. My time was flexible, so I think I can come regularly for all the meetings. So it is also important for this position. That's why
We need to give a round of applause. Literally, I am telling you, mostly, every time we used to find someone and pick someone and bring on the stage, or you need to be, but you willingly. And see, maybe because of the way we are showing up these positions, and some people we can model it, like our ex Arun Manikandan, right? I said 2 people were there, but unfortunately he is not contesting. That's why he is unanimously selected. How efficiently he was handling that position, right? He was on the spot and on time for everything. Okay, but it's not you alone. Again, I am telling you. When you talk about the ESCOM, you are the person who is having most responsibilities in day-to-day meeting. When we talk about a meeting, I would say timer is the one who he need to contribute the max in the meeting. So that doesn't mean that you are the only one who is going to do that role. At any point of time, definitely you will be having some excuses, some difficulties. We can approach anyone, including the ESCO members or other members. Just tell them, I am not able to make it today, can you do it? That's where we all work. So it's a responsible position, but we are all there with you. Okay, the best. Whom should I call next? Secretary. Okay. Yes. For the position of treasurer secretary, we have one nomination. Toastmaster Jamal Sidina he agreed and he is willing to take up the role. And I would like one of you to nominate from your side.
I would like to nominate.
Okay. Okay. So that position will be going to Toastmaster Jamal Sidina, as we all know.
Go for the next one.
Okay. Next position is treasurer. Treasurer, the nomination what we got is from nominations willingness got is from Toastmaster Koran Roy, again one of the best Toastmasters over here. Who
I
can?
nominate Toastmaster Puran Vargas.
Okay. Okay. That's good. Toastmaster. Now we can call in there. VPPR. For the position of VPPR, Toastmaster Shanawaz Akwani, Shiraz Akwani. Yeah. All willing, see, ready for anything. Okay. Who wants to nominate? See, hand is already there. Okay. Toastmaster Rampraj is nominating, and who is going to standing Deepak. Okay, wonderful. Okay, Toastmaster Shiraz, please come on stage. Young bloods and very enthusiastic. See, in the way people are coming in. What do you want to say?
Well, first of all, I'm glad that I was even considered for this role because I'm just 2 months old in the club. But public relation is something which is taking the world by storm, and it really is the need of the day. And I felt when I was joining and in my quest to look for a Toastmasters club near me, I struggled to find this particular club. Maybe it's not, I didn't search adequately, but I did not find it. And I just feel that there is a need for this club to be known more and more in Mussafah area, at least to begin with. Then we can spread, maybe it can be said and beyond. And of course, for personal reasons, I want to improve my own skills in public relations and communication. Okay.
That's where he stands, and we also understand. He wants our club to be known to Mussafah first, in this region and beyond the borders, right? That is what exactly a VPPR should be there in his mind. And I have a personal leniency to you because I have been in the VPPR of this club, and I know what you can deliver by having your potential. And being in this podium at this time, you need to give us a promise. What? VPPR is, there are multiple things. At least we need to have one good magazine coming out from you this academy. Okay? Plus, there are a lot of things. Okay, VPPR, that position is all about innovation. You can go outside the box and implement many things as people did, and many of our predecessors did earlier. Okay, and our club success depends a lot on you. Capable who can do that. VP membership. Yeah. Next one is who nomination? Right. Next position was for VP membership. Interest is shown by Toastmaster, I would call veteran Toastmaster Ramraj. Who can nominate him? Yes.
I second it.
Rajesh.
General limitation in nominating and secondary.
See, there are multiple nominations came in already. Can you be on stage? the first guest who contacted me on the day he landed, maybe himself. He approached me in my WhatsApp and he collected all the details, right? Mostly within 1 or 2 days of landing in Abu Dhabi. He deliberately wanted to be there in a Toastmaster meeting and he found out, and he was following a first meeting he couldn't come, second meeting onwards he started coming in. And that is the spirit of Toastmaster. There is a home, but it's all across. And he is the best example, and he contributed us within 6 months time, right? 6 months hardly. He contributed us in multiple ways. Being an evaluator, being a mentor, being a contester, a regular participant. So actually you can be with them. They are 60 years, you are younger than him. Okay, so again, we will go to the next position, VP Education.
To say a few words about this.
Yeah, please.
I have been to various clubs in Abu Dhabi. We had there. I was there in various roles, right from president to even several clubs. There's one Spectrum club. There's another Charan Members club. There's another Kelly club. All these 3 clubs, what we find normally, the reduction in membership. We used to have members up to 90. A Toastmaster meeting club should have at least minimum of 20 members. Registrations of and during the course of time, every Toastmaster, every club started reducing the members. So the most important role is membership role is to keep intact of all the members in that club. Luckily in Mussafah we have only Mussafah club. So that problem will not be there, but in Abu Dhabi we have various options. We can go, we can decide which day is suitable for us, which time is suitable for us. All these things are there in Abu Dhabi. But still, because of work pressure and people are too much stress with their own personal as well as official engagement, they are tied up, and of course you can see slowly things are. So the most important thing membership is to keep up the same numbers. But I am not going to, like in the election, India going to resort and keep there for something like that. So most important thing is to keep the members intact. So we should always have a membership of about 30 members, so that the regular attendance will be around 20, nearly around 15 to 20. That will be good enough for a good meeting as well as to take various roles in further. So that's my job.
Okay. Enthusiasm, and we got the correct successor, right? Okay. And now there's one correction. We are not the only one Toastmaster club in Mussafah, right? And we are the one who survive and stand.
There are corporate clubs, I know that.
Even
but
other clubs
individual
and see, all because of our the team and
of course,
especially see
team
our
efforts is very much there.
memberships. And the last one, but the not the least, President. I'm sorry, VP Education. Okay, VP Education, and this is again the interest by Toastmaster Deepak Joseph, who is going to nominate Vivek, and who's done? Rajesh. Yes. Let us. Yeah. You want to say something quickly?
First of all,
Yeah.
as you all know, I am the current VP Education, and I will be the next VP Education for the coming year also. I have been assigned this role in the previous tenure, in the mid of the tenure. So, and I felt that this role is something which you have vast opportunity for studying about the Toastmasters, learning about how it works, and this is one of the most influential roles in the club, alongside with the president. The main objective is to make sure that the club gets all the awards possible for the upcoming tenure, and make our club a distinguished club, and that will be my objective with the tenure.
We are sure in your hand that role is very safe. And last, President, The interest shown is none other than Toastmaster Vivek Ayyappan. And
I'll nominate.
I second.
You can also do that, right?
Yeah.
yeah, multiple seconds. Okay, please be on the stage. Yes, one of the most senior Toastmasters in our club. And we hope your experience, your expertise, enthusiasm, and though you are aged, your mind is very young, that we know, and you have the team with young minds. Okay, so there is no worry from our side. What do you want to say?
Well, thank you for the nominations. The nomination is, I think, there are a lot of other candidates maybe are more capable than me this position. Still, the nomination comes to me. I thought, why this nomination? People are nominated or members are nominated. Many thoughts I come to know. I come most of the meetings without missing. That means there is a dedication required. So any position which need to be success, dedication. So I will do my full dedication to this position and success or make one of the #1 clubs in Abu Dhabi region. But I am not the president here still. Without president, how the president is success? Because the members are the success of each organization or each. So we need to be members. The members should be, I think, that they are the real presidents in their life and in any events or even Toastmasters. So with all members and core team, we can together make the club success. Thank you.
Yeah, and here it is, and this is the team +2. Going to be the, you can say incumbent now, right? Incumbent.
Incumbent.
June 25th is the voting ceremony.
Yeah, that remaining things, President will be announcing voting ceremony in June 5th, right?
25th.
25th. On that day onwards, you will be officially in the office. Okay, and hope the team can do wonders. That's it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arun. Congratulations all the EXCOM members. You can have a round of applause. The voting ceremony after Ramadan, it is on June 25th. June 25th we will have the voting ceremony. That time you will take the pin as well as you will take the votes towards the EXCOMs. From that day you will be performing your executive roles.
So party will be there?
They will definitely arrange, I think.
It's not
They
the.
will receive.
It will be there.
Okay, 25th we will have a dinner.
Okay.
Okay. Our treasurer is very generous because to sponsor, I think from the club we are going to sponsor dinner on that day. So don't miss at least for the dinner. And without much ado, I want to call upon our PMP because he is very waiting for 4 o'clock. Actually 3:45 he was here. And I call upon our enthusiastic Toastmaster Shiraj.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, I'm very excited to serve as a Toastmaster of the evening or the afternoon on this occasion because it's the first time I'm taking up this role. Before I take the meeting forward and introduce the theme of the meeting and the role players, I was reviewing the agenda and I would like to just just like to point out some changes that have happened. Our concurrent grammarian is now Mr. Toastmaster Deepak Joseph. We are missing Toastmaster Rashid, so we will not have one speech. So please make those changes. And we also need, if there is any volunteer for the evaluator for Toastmaster Shamas, because we don't have Toastmaster program. Please, if there's someone, please volunteer and provide feedback to Toastmaster Shamas. Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Kumar. Okay. Before I take the meeting forward and introduce it, the role plays and the theme, I would like to have any of the new guests in this session who would just like to come and explain to us how you discovered Toastmaster and tell us a bit about yourself.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Aishwarya. I'm Mr. Ramraj's daughter, and I'm currently studying in Amrita University, Coimbatore. I'm done with my second year of engineering. And how I discovered Toastmasters only because of my father, because as a child I've seen him prepare his speeches, seeing TV and seeing examples of advertisements. I can't even think of that actually, what my father had done. And that's the reason why I even know Toastmasters ever existed. I went for Gavel clubs where, as a junior Toastmaster, we are supposed to take part, and I've done a couple of them meetings before I got busy with academics. And as a Toastmaster, as my dad has been Toastmaster, I've been gone for contests and seen how they go, the area and district level contests. They were pretty good, and even in my college we have Toastmasters club. So I'll be joining it in this next film. So that's all about me and how I discovered Toastmasters.
Great, thanks. Okay, let me introduce the meeting theme. I've selected the theme of what's in a name, and this is the theme for this afternoon. And when I say names, I really mean not just things and places, I mean names of human beings and how it plays with our mind and how we think this can really, how this is important in the real world. The idea of this thing came to me when the VP Education sent me the roster of 30 odd names, and I was really behind these names to make sure we have a complete agenda and all the role plays assigned. And I just found that interesting that how you think about names before you make those calls on what the sound could be on the other side when you really contact them. So essentially, name serves as a trailblazer or a trailer of yourself even before you have arrived. So it's actually a part of you which is floating somewhere around, and people can access it even before they have come to know you. So, going back to the phrase, what's in a name? This phrase originated from Shakespeare in the famous play called Romeo and Juliet. And he was right to ask in this famous play, what's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So what's the big deal about this name? And I personally could not agree more with it. But research and experience in the real world seems to indicate that names do matter. As per dictionary definition, a name is solely meant to identify us. But if it was so straightforward, you and I could just have part numbers and serial numbers. Why do we have names? A part number, a serial number is actually the most unique way to identify you, and we could just have numbers. But no, we have names, and there's something more that goes into them. In the greatest tragedy play, Romeo and Juliet, the fundamental reason why the two lovers could not unite was because they had the wrong surnames. They were basically from two warring clans, and they could never be allowed to unite. And that made Romeo so frustrated that he said, what's in a name, let me change my name, and then we can be together. If it's all about this name, what is stopping me? Your name incidentally happens to be a public face. A person usually carries his or her name through his entire life. Your name travels ahead of you And as human beings, when we see a name, we subconsciously draw conclusions about it. About a variety of characteristics: age, class, belief, race. Is this right? Most certainly not. We should not be doing it. But as human beings, we are not perfect creations. And we are programmed to do these things in the background, even without us realizing them. And most people, unless you are a saint, we are falling in this area where we tend to make judgments about names. People give names to their children for various reasons: to honor someone or a favorite relative, holy being, virtues, talents. Because the name itself translates to something special, to provide a sense of uniqueness. Like my name, Shiraz, translates to free as a lion. Now I don't know whatever my uncle who named me was thinking, but that probably is a lot different from my today's reality. Free as a lion, people who really know me, probably that's really not me. There are numerous cultural nuances worldwide, and it's difficult, almost impossible, to decode the rationale behind naming. We will continue to discuss this theme as we progress. Now let's move ahead with the agenda. Next session we have introductions, and we will have the role players come up to the stage and mention their names and their role for the evening. In line with the theme of this meeting, I would encourage them, if only they are comfortable doing it, to please give a short description of what your name is, or why do you think, if you would like to, if you're comfortable doing it. So first one we have in our role plays is Toastmaster Ashraf Ali. He's a timer. Please come up and explain your role.
My role as timer today is to monitor the timings of evaluation, prepared speeches, table topics, and the evaluations. The timings for the prepared speeches is generally 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will show green light which says.
We'll discuss that when we get into planned speeches session. Just to make it clear for everyone.
Yeah.
But before every session, we will have you come in and explain the timing rules for that session.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
The next role, again, Toastmaster Ashraf, you're also playing a double. You're a busy person today. You also have a quizmaster role, and if you could just explain what this role is all about.
Good evening again. So my role as a quizmaster is to prepare questions from what is being presented over in the dais, and ask the questions at the end of the session. This is to make sure people listen actively and participate actively. That's the main reason for the Toastmasters in itself.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashraf Ali. Next role we have is the R counter and grammarian. This role will be played by Toastmaster Deepak Joseph. If you could just explain this role.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of R counter is to note any words or sound used as a crutch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. The words may be inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Sounds may be I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase each time. For example, I, this means, that means, etc. during the meeting. And towards the end, I will be giving a report. And as a grammarian, I am responsible for commenting on the language used during the course of the meeting. Throughout the meeting, I will be listening to everyone's words usage, writing down any awkward usage or misuse of language with a note of who made the mistake. And I will be giving a report towards the end of the meeting.